Good evening, folks, as I randomly scrabble into my chair there. It is episode 86 of Malt and Magic, the Forgotten Kingdom of Nylin. You're all going to have to forgive me tonight. I may be muting my mic on occasion, as I am still suffering from the head cold, which has now turned into a cough. Non-COVID related, luckily. But yes, I will do my best not to flood the airwaves with coughing tonight. However, we have a game to get to. So before we do any of that, let's go through our usual thank yous to Incarnate and Owlbear Rodeo and Dungeon Alchemist for all things mapping and virtual tabletop, to D&D Beyond for all things D&D, really. The new announcements of the source books seem very interesting, a realm I've not, or the adventure module I should say, I've not investigated that particular plane yet. If you've not seen that announcement, I encourage you to go and check Wizards of the Coast's website. Of course, a huge thank you to Hero Forge for all things character creation in terms of the visuals, so our tokens that we see. Although I've also, maybe, depending on where we get to tonight, introducing another tool, which is 2-minute tools, which have a very, very nice, large, free resource of tokens for the sort of more common monsters. So I will be using them every now and again if I have to quickly go and find monsters that we may or may not encounter. We will see what happens. And then, of course, a huge thank you to Kasoon 5e Magic Shop for the extra DM's tools that I use. And a massive shout out and thank you to Tabletop Audio for some of the musical tracks that you will hear. Of course, our game would be nothing without the beast that is BattleBards. So all the sound effects and the majority of the backing tracks that you hear actually do come from BattleBards. We are affiliated with BattleBards, so use the code you can now see on screen, which is Malt and Magic. And yeah, use that when you register. Get yourselves a nice cheeky discount off some sound effects. Cool, you can see our social links at the bottom of that banner there as well, so go check us out on Twitter, Instagram, you're on Twitch hopefully if you're watching us right now, or you may be on YouTube if you're watching this on Friday, or after that. Of course, if none of those video streams are to your liking and you prefer to listen to the stream, then you can check us out on podcast, on your podcast platform of choice. So I know I've been looking at the statistics and it seems that we have a new winner on the platform of choice. It's no longer Spotify, but is actually just the generic Anchor platform or Opencast. I forget what it's called now. But yes, so any platform you can imagine the podcast is available on. If you have an opportunity to leave a rating, please do. All the support is much appreciated. We had a comment on one of our most recent YouTube videos published on Friday, which is amazing. I don't think we've had much activity. I know some of our I will call them die-hard fans, have commented every now and again, but we had a new person comment on one of the videos, which is very exciting. It's nice to see that growing as well. Yeah, I do mean you stick. Generally, you mean you stick. Yeah. So, with that, I think the updates to the website are still incoming. I will get them out as soon as I can, but I think that's it for my announcements today. I'm going to try and save my voice somewhat. So, with all that said, and with us ready to go, there will most certainly be adult language and definitely be adult humour as well. You have been warned. Let's roll.
Just squeaked out in the background.
Yeah.
I've never seen the panic on someone's face so much with the countdown, the titles of the finishing match scrambling the street before.
I am gonna get these snacks open before we start. Talk amongst yourselves.
I tell you what was quite disconcerting, the fact that out of nowhere you've all of a sudden got a new tool to generate monsters at will. I don't know how our votes were accepted.
To be totally honest, I have forgotten how I found it as well. Oh no, I do remember. I was looking for a token for an Elder Brain, actually, for another campaign that I'm running, and then stumbled across it. So don't worry, it had nothing to do with you guys, actually.
You have another campaigns.
That's a good alibi.
Yes, I have 2 other campaigns now. Would you believe?
Oh wow!
The people at work got too excited by it.
I can't even keep up with this one, and I'm in it.
Yeah, I'm having to DM all 3 of those as well, which is fun.
Been there, done that, my friend.
Indeed. So, before we get into anything, and now I've got my snacks open, and with all talk of Elder Brains past, let's go down the lineup. So I'm Matt, I'm the Dungeon Master. I also play the psychic character of Botherid.
I am Danny, and I play the human rogue bard who doesn't have enough hit points for what he's about to face.
I'm Simon. I play Kirik Gravetusk, the half-orc cleric fighter who definitely has all the magic items he started last session with.
Nat!
Sore point!
Oopsie.
Yeah, I'm Dargon. I play Dave in real life, so I'm a fighter warlock.
I like that. That.
Just for those people who may be watching on Twitch, you might find that if you do, interact, if you do give us a follow, give us a sub, stuff like that, it may show up somewhere, maybe.
Which means we can shout about you on stream live now when it comes in.
We can. So it's work in progress. Hopefully it'll work, but as it goes along, hopefully you'll see a few follows and subs come up. So fingers crossed.
Indeed, and I do agree with Stick's comment there. Let's have a moment of silence for the staff of healing.
Oh mate, yeah, effing chat for that.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to be quiet for a minute. I was going to say, that's a long time of dead air. People on the podcast, brace yourself for silence.
So, yeah. Hang on a minute.
Like I'm doing a minute of silence for anything, any magic item.
And back.
You say Dargon playing Dave in real life. Imagine if we spent a day in our real lives as our actual characters. I'd be fired from my job. I'd steal stuff. And then just
Your wife would be asking you about the previous 3.
What do you mean you had a threesome with a gnome and a dwarf?
Good stuff. So, recapping on last week. So, we started in that encounter with the final hag to try and retrieve that which was lost. And that hag had a few surprises for us. She herself was somewhat squishy, but was able to clone her. Yay! Gifts!
I was literally about to say, I hope it works. It worked! Yay!
There we go. Amazing. So thank you for that, Stick. We love you always. And congratulations to those who just got gifted a sub.
If you do,
so where was I?
Thank whoever gave you the sub.
Yeah. Cool. Where was I? Total distracted by that now. Yes, hag. Few surprises for us. So she was able to clone herself somewhat, and she also summoned 3 pets, which were Fomorians, which you previously encountered in your last time in the Fey Wild. And they probably posed the greatest threat to you as a party. So you quickly dispatched everything else, or the hag, and then got on with the Fomorians. But in doing so, and in some of that healing, there was a lost magic item. I think as you then made your way around the chests, it was the poison that caused the Staff of Healing to meet its end and turn to dust. So yeah, well done to the rogue for pulling open all the chests as per usual. From there, you then made your way over to the area where you told the mirrors had been, and probably in one of my favourite moments of our stream so far, interacted with the mirror puzzle and tried to figure out what's going on, made some very good wisdom checks, spotted a strange unblinking eye, popped through a couple of the mirrors and came out in random places. And yeah, then finally figuring out the right mirror, which was the one with the eye, and holding the orb of direction, you flipped and were transported into a strange crystalline lair housing a moonstone dragon. And you all crapped your pants. That is the only way to say it. The minute I said dragon, everybody's pants went brown.
Yes, mini poos.
Many poos. But it was brilliant. So then there was an interaction with said moonstone dragon, who has left you with something of a quest, almost, or something of an ask. And they told you to return when it was done. And then teleported you to Ethereal's tower. But instead of getting you in the tower, you ended up in the water. And in a throwback to episode 40 or something like that, you realised that there wasn't too many scary things in the lake. After all, it was just your own paranoia and trying to get over the bridge.
An hour trying to get over some perfectly okay water.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, the last time there was a vine which wrapped itself around your leg, doggone, and then sort of popped up to say hello, but that was about it.
Yeah. I don't remember it.
No, that's all good. We then made our way through the jungles of Fey Wild, back following that familiar route up to the river and to the ruins, and it was where you saw the temple once again, and I described to you the temple in its current state, where you can see that shimmering shield, if you like, the field, anti-magic field still around it. On the steps, as you look up, you can see the two corpses, one of the Death Knight, one of the Eladrin, Theogodin, and that was where we left it last week. So we begin tonight's episode looking upon a scene that brings back unpleasant memories for the majority of the party. Two of you having died on these very steps and entered into death. One of you having to literally spam every arrow you had into the back of the Eladrin and the Death Knight until they fell, and then try and find some way to rescue your friends. Okay, so Wardens, what are we doing?
Before we go in, we've got to remember, inside there, all I've got is my arrows, all you've got is a sword. Kirik, don't take this the wrong way, you're not much use necessarily once we get inside the anti-magic field.
No,
do we want to rest up here, gain as much, or gather ourselves as much as we can, and be as prepared as we can for whatever is in there? I mean, we think it's just a source that we need to find. Do we think it is that sword that we left in there, or do we think it's something else that we need to find?
That's a good question.
Because the other two have been orbs.
We didn't see any other passage. We didn't see any other passages when we were there, so it might be the sword.
In my head, it makes sense for it to be the sword because it's what the Eladrin was after while we were here, and we just thought it might have been one of the weapon, just a really powerful weapon, but it might have been, could be the source because we know Asmodeus is after them as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so I can try and dispel it again, but that means that they might make their way here again. Whoever it is.
Yeah. I think they need that sword. Big time. I think that's not a good idea. We've got to go in.
Do you think it would be easier to destroy with the anti-magic field in place if it is the source?
I don't think so.
I mean, it may not even be in the anti-magic field. It's just that it may be lower, but we just got to get in through the anti-magic field and then down. I don't know. We can always find it and then try and dispel the magic if we have to.
Yeah. Okay. Did you want me to do my protective orb again so we can rest up somewhat safely. Although I got lured out and seduced, sexually assaulted last time, I think.
I'm sure
safer
Dargon can just.
outside of it.
I think Dargon can tie you to a tree or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Which one? Are we doing it now?
I was
I'll tie
half
myself to
joking.
Dargon, so then if anything does happen, at least Dargon comes along for the ride.
It's not the worst idea you've had. Dragging me is going to be difficult.
That's kind of the point. I'll use you as a rock. Okay. I'll create the hut then, we can rest, and then we'll face it together with a clearer head. He says, hopefully.
Should we not try and find somewhere at least partly hidden? I know your thing hides, but, natural barriers and all.
I think it'd be good to stay, hidden, but still within sight of the temple, so that we can see.
Let's see
If
what we
anyone
can
comes in
find.
or out.
Hang on. Did you hear that? Did you hear that coughing in the distance? There might be someone in the bushes. I think we should investigate.
I
Yeah, you
think
go
so.
look.
I'd like. I'll look around.
I'll canvass the area. I can hear noises, Matthew.
Turn the volume down.
Rocks fall.
I cast Lemsip.
Yeah, that doesn't work. Lemsip is shite, and I'll say that on stream. It is shit.
Well, there goes the sponsorship.
Wow, that's it. I was working with
I
them in
don't
the
need-
background.
I don't need sponsoring by Racket Bankies, we're all good. Anyway, so are you resting here? Where are you going?
Yeah, trying to find anywhere nearby that we can sort of hide. As I say, if there's if we were around ruins, I don't know whether we are, but we're trying to find somewhere that is slightly secluded to give us a bit of normal protection as well as the doom.
Okay, so let's bring up my Fey Wild map. Okay, so you sort of stood at the base of the temple, if you like, right now. There are a couple of ruined structures around you, what look like maybe they were once townhouses or manor houses, or those that sort of size, if you like. There's one just south of you, there's one to the east around the other side of the temple. The southern one's probably closest, it's also the one that's closest to the river. It is defensible. It's full of holes, but it's defensible.
Do it. We'll take that.
Seems as good a place as any.
So you'll retreat to the southern ruin. And you create the hut, I'm assuming. Are we
I
having a
do.
watch
Oh,
order?
thank you. I will go last, just in case something happens to me and I get lured out of the hut again. So at least if I go last, everyone's had a bit of a rest before the dome gets fucked up.
I'm going to go
Apparently
first.
BBC News sounds throughout the Fey Wild. Good stuff. Just make sure I've muted my phone while we're doing that. Cool. So who was going first? Kirik was going first.
Yep, Garrick will go first.
Kirik, Bothrid, Dargon, Ander.
Sounds good.
Cool. So, as the other three sort of just sit down, rest, close their eyes, sort of lean against the packs or whatever it is, just to get some rest. Is there anything anybody wants to do beforehand, or are we just going to sort of go straight for the rest?
Now, I'm pretty pooped, to be honest. I'm 47 hit points.
So as you sort of cast then the dome and the other three fall asleep, you realise it's eerily quiet around here, Kirik. Like, Feyliad itself, or like the city of Feyliad, is not too far away from here, maybe a day, but even then you can hear nothing, like just barely the sound of the wind through the trees. Make me a perception check, please.
Perception check. $21.
As this silence becomes almost deafening, you then begin to hear hear something. You hear it. You realise now it's not the sound of the wind in the trees, but actually whispers around you. And those whispers are incoherent. But as you look around now, with everything being still, every now and again you see just a shadow that almost appears briefly and then disappears. Just shadows of, like, almost looks like figures just walking. But nothing else happens on your watch. So you then go to wake Bothrid.
Could I do something on my watch?
Of course you can, sir.
How far away are we from the temple?
You're probably around 100, 150 feet away.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna make my way to the temple then.
Mm-hmm.
Make it merry.
Stop it. It doesn't happen on this stream.
And I want to go sort of up the stairs. Do I see the Eladrin's body there?
So you would pass into the anti-magic field in doing this?
Yep.
Okay. So you feel that sort of static energy just sort of wash over you. And it's almost like something is taken from you. Just like you can feel that, almost like a wound inside as the magic itself is gone from you. You do see the Eladrin's body. You see the armour of the Death Knight splayed out across the stairs about halfway up to the actual temple entrance. So you've got a fair distance to go. But then behind it, sort of just scattered, you still see the arrow that pierces the heart of the Eladrin in the black leather robe-like armour that he wore.
I'm going to kind of kneel next to him. And I'm going to kind of move his hair away from his face. What's the kind of state of degradation that he's in? If any?
Amazingly so, there has been very little decomposure.
I'm going to kind of look off into the distance as I'm struggling with the decision, and I will drag the Eladrin's body outside of the magic field.
Okay. So you slowly but surely, as all these whispers are sounding around you and the shadows appear, although now you notice, or once you've stepped into the field, you no longer hear those sort of whispers, no longer see the shadows. You drag out the body of the Eladrin again, that sound, those shapes reappear. And nothing happens as you drag the body out. It's exactly the same state.
I'm going to stuff him in the bag of holding that I have.
Okay, so Kirik takes off his handy haversack and sort of opens the top, looks at this body, and like a Mary Poppins bag, just whole body just slides inside the bag.
And visibly uncomfortable with that, I will move back to my companions and eventually go to sleep.
And you wake Bothrid, and Bothrid just sort of looks at you. Oh, everything all right?
Yeah, just strange shadowy figures outside, but they seem to just be watching, so...
Okay. Bothrid's going to sit on his sort of equipment and just takes out his double-bladed quarterstaff, sits on it, and then just peers out and is looking. And his watch passes, and he then goes and wakes Dargon. Dargon, you're good.
Yeah, fine. Might go.
Don't be weirded out by the strange whispery things.
Strange, whispery things. That hasn't made it creepy at all, thank you.
Well, nothing happened.
Oh, well, that's
Kirik
better.
heard it too.
Alright. Thanks. Go have some sleep.
Okay. Anything in particular you want to do on your watch?
Yeah. Looking up at the temple.
Make me a
Is it
perception
obvious?
check, please.
Cool. That I can do. Okay, 8.
8. Good to know. Carry on.
Is it obvious to see the anti-magic field? You know, or not?
With your innate abilities and that sort of touch of celestial magic within you, yes, you can just about every now and again see a shimmer that almost passes across. Sorry, that was really loud.
That was a good one.
Yes, it was.
Hit the wrong way.
Bloody hell.
Might have to cut that out.
That's fine.
Oh,
I'm on it with the mute button now.
That's fine. I was really struggling there, and then as I coughed, flicked it round. Twat. Sorry, apologies. I know that was really, really loud for everyone. Cool. Yes, definitely 10 points of 7.
Okay, so with the with that and with being able to see it, and you know the fact that that was our sort of my last memory there for a while. Obviously, we didn't wake up and move down or anything else. I'd like to sit down with my sword. Probably sit down anyway, but get the sword out, and probably just start having a little bit of a chat.
Okay.
So I'll go
You
to
take Tibial's wrath out, lay
Yeah.
it across your lap.
I think inside my head. It's a bit weird being back here.
Yes. I had not long returned to you when we came here last time.
Yeah, I don't remember leaving because I wasn't around.
No, we were... Well, you were elsewhere. I was here, but not here at the same time. It was weird.
Yeah, sort of caged or something, I'm guessing.
Almost like I was in between, really.
Yeah. Suppose in that respect you wouldn't really know much about the sword that we were trying to not get, make sure they didn't get, kind of thing.
You mean the one in the corpse in the throne in there?
Yeah. Oh well. Is it like an anti-you or something?
Well, I hadn't really thought about it. Roll me a history check using Tibial's Wrath's stats.
Ooh. There will be stats here. So you say history check.
Yeah, so if
History
it's not
is
immediately
intelligence.
called out, it will just be an
Right,
intelligence
it's just
check,
intelligence. So that is a. So what's a 12? Is that a +1? Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So that was 15.
15.
Yeah.
She goes silent for a minute. I've seen many swords in my time. Now I think about it. It's strange, that one. I don't ever remember hearing about anything malevolent bearing that resemblance. But then we're in an area I'm not fully aware of. Maybe it's a Fey artifact.
Okay. Well, I suppose the other side wanted it, and we were. I don't know. Can't remember why we went to go get it. God, it's been so busy.
I don't think we knew what it was or what it was there for. They just seemed to
Want it?
head for it for some reason.
Yeah. That's worrying. I'm worried to take it away from the field. Just think it's too powerful.
But if we have it, then at least they don't.
I suppose they're already chasing us. That's a good point.
And
Wouldn't
I
make
think
them
at some
chase us
point we
any
are going to
harder.
have to face them one way or another.
I just hope it doesn't, like, affect us like that other sword. It hurt Ander, it hurt the one of the Malt Masters. Hope he's not like that.
Did it hurt the Stillman? And corrupted him maybe, or
Yeah, hurt,
fed on
corrupted.
that which was already within him?
Oh,
Definitely hurt Ander though, I'll give you that one.
I just hope we can find this source. Don't know whether it's in the anti-magic field or not. Don't remember seeing a door or anything.
No. And then I suppose if there is a door, we're also going to need a key.
Oh, bloody hell. If it's that sword. Oh. Trouble is... Oh, wonder how we got into the top one. The north one. We'll have to think about that. Well, stay beside me. You aren't gonna function or help me as much as you can if we can't get rid of this field, can you?
I will be powerless.
You'll be a fucking great sword, but that's about it.
I'm still sharp.
Yeah, true. But I'll have to think about that. Don't really want to go into battle without you. Yeah. Food for thought. It's better to talk to you than hear these whispering voices. So
Yes, it is strange. They're almost like shadows of something.
oh, you can hear them too. Of course you can. You can hear. Yeah. Echoes. Do people? A lot of people die here. Maybe. That's horrible.
That would make sense, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean that's surely
Echoes?
like some of the other realms. You know, the ones that I thought the Fey was like. I don't know, a happy weird forest. I would have thought it was like death and stuff.
Happy,
I don't know much about
I'm
it.
not so sure, but it certainly warps reality in ways which nobody understands.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
Yeah.
I certainly don't either.
Yeah. Well, let's keep talking nonsense. It helps. So, random conversations after that.
Okay. You sort of just discuss random battle tactics and talk about random things you've seen, and you ask Timil's Wrath about her time in the Forge, and she sort of explains how she was kind of again in between, but felt like she was being made stronger, and eventually your time passes and you go to wake up Ander.
Hey, Ander. Yeah,
I told you to wake me last.
I have. Yeah, it's your
Okay.
turn. I'm going to get a bit shut
I'm
eye.
up.
If you hear some whispers, I think the forest is going to nick your stuff. So you need to be on guard if you hear the whispers. So, good night.
I can't lose my stuff again. So I'll just hold my bag of holding like in my arms. Hold it tight like
Ander is literally hugging everything he has to it.
how a 5-year-old holds a hamster. It's just a little bit too tight.
Like a holding's going
Good
red.
stuff. So you sit inside your dome with your stuff. Is there anything in particular you wish to do?
Well, after I've got over the initial paranoia that Dagon's just instilled in me, what I was going to do, well, no, what Ander is going to do. The last time he was here, obviously, we know what happened, so he's kind of just going to be running that back in his head, playing it over and over again, trying to think or find in his memories any clues that could potentially lead to the source. Does he think it's the sword? Did he notice anything else? Does he remember anything else about the tower? Trying to almost plan what he's going to do when we go in there tomorrow or later on today.
Make me a history check, please.
That would be a 9. Wow.
The trauma of that day in particular floods every single memory you have of the temple. You barely recall even the design of the throne or the sword or the corpse that sat on it. The memories that stick out for you were your friends dying and you chasing, sprinting after the Eladrin and the Death Knight to try and end the torment, end the chase that had plagued you for so long.
That sounds like a living nightmare. Brilliant.
Something like that.
Do I need to make a PTSD roll or something?
I won't make you do that, not unless you really want to, but no, it's fine.
Right. I'm alright.
I will say, as you're looking up to the temple, though, make me a perception check, please.
Okay. Coming at you with a 21.
So as you're reliving these memories and this trauma, basically, your eyes sort of just pass up the stairs and you see one bundle, and then your eyes instinctively go higher to where the second bundle was, and you see nothing.
And the bundle of the tower, the temple?
No, where the two bodies were, one of the bodies is now missing.
One of the bodies is missing, okay. With that, then, I'm going to freak out a little bit. So then I'll be, without leaving the hut, trying to see if I can see it anywhere else, thinking it might have woken up.
Make me an investigation check, please.
14.
14. So your eyes now begin to frantically sort of scan around, and you're looking all over the place looking for a walking corpse, and those shadows keep distracting you, those whispers that you can hear. You do see what looks like drag marks in the grass and the ground towards your very dome camp. I'll remember words in a minute. And then the only other thing you would see is obviously the footprints of where you and your companions have walked around and moved around in the meantime while everybody's been resting.
So focusing on the drag marks, do I see any particular footprints that I would recognise as some of my compatriots?
Make me a survival check, please.
$25.
You see, at least up to the dome, as you sort of peer out, you can see footprints. And they looked like armoured boots. Or the prints that would be made by armoured boots. They don't look like they would be the size of a Goliath. They look more medium size, should we say.
Well, there's only one guy who wears armoured boots of that size. So, if I was to wake everyone up now, would we still have a long rest?
I'll say you pause, you wait until enough time has passed. And
Okay.
actually while you've been thinking around this and as your eyes have been scanning around, the time has probably passed enough for everybody to get a long rest.
Okay. So then I will shake Kirik awake, saying, "What have you done with the body, you pervert?"
What?
I know you took it. What have you done with it? What do you want to do with it?
I don't want to do anything with it. I just don't want anyone else to do anything with it.
Fuck, that seems like a reasonable idea. I'm sorry I'm so bad.
Brilliant.
Angry your logic. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Glad to see those voices didn't scare you.
Yeah, I had a rough night.
You still got your
I
stuff.
spent the whole night looking for, well, most of the night looking for what I thought would be the walking corpse of the Eladrin. Turns out, Kirik put it in his wank bank.
What? Did you? How? What?
Mm-hmm. Kirik's got the body in his bag.
Why?
He's going to experiment on it. He's got a fetish.
Well, I just think if we eventually bring the anti-magic field down and someone does come in, well, we don't really want that body to come back to life, do we?
Did he not, jump back to life if you pulled him out of the cone, though? The field? Because that would have been your thing, wouldn't it?
No, he's dead. It's just whether whatever comes has the power.
He coughed. I heard him cough in the bag. Check the bag. I'm going to do it every time. Go make it canon.
Apparently the mute button doesn't work over here either.
You have got a point. I'm not going to lie, though, it's still weirding me out. But I'd rather him turn to mush in your bag than be reanimated and we have to fight him again. I mean, just look what... Dawncaller, how many times have we had to fight him? So that... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, on that front, where's the sword?
Last I saw it was on the throne, right?
He nicked it, didn't he?
Yeah, we took it back and we put it back inside the magic field.
Oh, okay.
That's why we reinstated it. Yeah. So
So
it should be inside.
I'm not saying this is a good idea, but I fear that there's a chance we need to have that sword ourselves, because if they want it so bad, we should have it.
Well, if it's the source, we should destroy it. But if not,
okay, yeah.
take it.
Look. If it is the source, totally agree with you. But I personally don't think it is. But I'm not saying, I'm not exactly, a wizard here. So if it is, great, destroy it. If not, they need it, and we therefore need it because they need it. They're coming after us anyway. So let's, if we can, we need to get it. Whack it in your bag of holding, or one of ours. I'll have it. Andrew, I'm not giving it to you, because if it starts talking to you, we're screwed.
I've got enough voices in my head currently. Thank you. Yeah.
So, and we'll see. That's what I think we should do. And then obviously, I don't know whether that means that we just run up there, grab it, run out. Second we're outside the field, lob it in the bag of holding, and then look for a room. I don't know.
Does our bag of holdings work inside the anti-magic field?
No. So
what happens to everything inside them? I can't remember.
You just can't get to them.
Just stay on the material, on the ethereal
So
plane.
does that mean we wouldn't be able to put it inside the bag of holding
Until we're outside.
until we get out, which
Yeah.
then might alert, which then it might send off a beacon.
Yeah. So
I can potentially... I've never tried this before, but I can potentially stop fiends and fays from teleporting near us.
Oh,
Good to know.
I will
cool.
need to. I'll need to some time to set that up. I need half an hour to do that.
Is it worth leaving it where it is, trying to see if the source is something other than the sword? Worth a try? They did want it, and I do agree with you that they want the sources, and they may need it. So, you may be right, it's the source, but I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know whether it is.
So we find the source first, then come back to the sword. Okay.
Unless the sword is the source. At which point, fine. But yes, I agree. I think we need to rule out the source is something other than that.
Because in theory, all of the sources have been, well, everything's been guarded by someone. So if there was a man on a throne with a sword, he might have been protecting the source rather than wouldn't use the source to protect it yourself, would you? If you follow my okay.
I totally agree. So that's what we need to do. We need to check: is there any writing near or around the throne saying that he's the protector of a source because he was killed with that sword? Yep.
Simple.
We all in agreement?
Yep.
I agree.
I was rather hoping you were going to, disagree, but bugger. All right, fine. We better go then.
I mean, I haven't got a better idea.
Do we want me to do this thing to stop whatever might be coming from being able to teleport here, at least?
You say here, I mean, are we talking like a small area or...
40,000 feet.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
From here to Ship Spire? Yeah, let's do that.
You know what? Yeah, Bothrid, get some breakfast
Sorry.
on.
40,000 square feet.
Bothrid at this point has literally just been sat there saying, oh shit. And he's been cooking breakfast anyway.
Oh, brilliant. Whereas
40,000 square feet.
So 20,000 each side, I suppose. That's right?
Oh, that's too small now.
pretty much. Yeah.
Is that the first time you ever had someone say that?
Hey! Kieran made a sexy joke.
I was talking about your bow.
Oh, I was on about my penis.
When aren't you? Look, yeah, right. I mean, go ahead, Kieran. That's fantastic. I hope. Is that gonna?
Me
I
too.
mean, what? Well, sorry. You know what? Let's make our own grave.
I feel like you should do that every morning before we set off walking.
It's 40,000 feet ahead. Great. In that case, I will grab about 1,000 gold pieces worth of ruby dust that I have, which apparently is not consumed by the spell. I just double checked it. Yeah, this looks pretty insane.
That's OP.
I will take 20 minutes to cast it. And I'm going to ritual cast, so I'm not going to use my 6th level spell slot either.
Nice.
Forbiddance.
Nice.
I think that's how it works.
Wow. Look at that fucking spell.
The spell
I
proves
like.
the area against planet travel and therefore prevents creatures from accessing the area by way of the astral plane, ethereal plane, Fey Wild, Shadowfell, or the plane shift spell. I will also denominate celestials, elementals, fey, fiends, and undead. So if any creature enters that area of that type, at the start of their turn, they're going to take 5d10 radiant damage.
So when we suddenly realise that Bothridge starts burning into flames, we're like, wait, what?
What we need to do.
So you have to
when
choose.
you-
Oh no, one or more of the following. Holy shit!
One or more. I can just
Just say all of them.
say all of them.
So what you need to do is
Fucking
prepare
hell.
it and then dimension door into the Black City and just fucking make it empty.
This is basically when clerics become Batman, which is like, I have prep time.
So this has to be literally from an area where you place it, and that's where it's going to stay. It doesn't travel with you.
It does not travel with you. No, that would be insane.
That would be fucking insane.
No, it is. It is
Cast
like
it on a
that.
rock and throw it.
Just like kick the rock ahead.
So do you know when that ruby dust will get consumed? If you cast it every day for a month.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Yeah, which I want.
So we just need to do it every day for 27 days, and then wait a day, and do it again for another 27 days. Okay.
I said 29 days because it's 30 days.
And just
yes,
in case, just in case it goes for Ander because Ander's weird. Because I don't want the whole like Fey thing to hurt him. I will set out the password. What was the name? Vraco.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, just in case. So if you feel any pain, you just say the word.
I mean, if I did a 23 in me, I think I would be a right soup of DNA, to be honest. So yeah, it's a good call.
You know that having a sex with a troll does not give you part of their DNA.
Depends how much I swallow.
Oh wow!
But-
And then you went.
Oh, jeez.
Oh dear.
That took a moment to process. Oh dear.
Effing chat for brain cells on that one. Good lord.
Fuck's sake.
To be fair, right? You guys
the
line
time-
these up for me. I don't know whether you do it on purpose.
It was the fact that there was no hesitation at all between.
Right, a moment's hesitation.
Oh, amazing.
The point is, you now doing
Oh,
this
you
means
don't get
I've
judged
got to
now.
do maths.
You are judged.
Yeah,
sir.
sorry. I saw that spell and I genuinely considered not casting it because it would be a big pain, but then I was like, nah, I'm going to derail this session. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, okay, here we are. I don't mean to derail it even further, but can we just think about the pseudoscience of casting that now and then collapsing the anti-magic field later? Are you going to have a massive globe of where they can spawn if we got rid of it? And this is me talking not
Would it
Goblin,
just
'cause-
fill the space after the anti-magic field was?
Exactly, yeah. You know, it's such an interesting,
Covers-
like...
Yeah, it just covers the space, but the anti-magic field stops it from being there, but then the anti-magic field goes.
you know what I mean? You know, it's like, you know, that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah. It also lasts for a day, so
just wow. We just sit in the middle, just flipping everyone off.
it's the fact that it's a ritual spell. So I'm like, oh, I can do this and still have a 6-level spell slot. That's
I mean,
stupid.
the issue we've got is that 40,000 feet is, what, just over 7 miles?
Well, yeah, but again, it's
Yeah,
square
I'll
feet,
probably make
so
it. I'll probably make it smaller. It's up to 40,000 feet, so
Okay.
I wouldn't,
7 miles.
I wouldn't make it go to the town because that would be.
That was my... Because, like, if you cast it on the edge of the temple, it was like, does that then reach the town?
No, I
But
would
no.
probably make it about
Okay,
like
so we'll say you...
let's say like a
Put it in
like
this area.
1,000 feet or
It's
500 feet each way. Yeah.
So 40,000
I'm not
feet
gonna-
definitely would have fucked with the Dryad's Grove. That would have been fun.
Yeah, I'm not going to commit genocide in a Fey Wild.
you say that, but it would actually be 0.014 square miles.
Oh.
40,000 feet.
40,000...
Yeah, I have the
Yeah,
feeling that it's not. It's
40,000
like
square
If you
foot,
think about
isn't
it,
Square feet.
it's like a mile to space, right? And you fly at 30,000 feet in an aeroplane. If I remember some basic shit I've read.
I am still trying to work it out, and I know this is like, so interesting for the viewers, but I mean, I'm really interested.
Americans will know because they still work in old money.
Let's just do 40,000
We're
feet.
in kilometres and metres, please.
So let's do 20,000 feet, because then it'll be...
That's fine. We don't have to worry about it, but it's
That's
cool.
fine.
So it's not going to reach the town based on that square footage and square mileage, I should say. So you cast it,
7 miles.
and you can almost see as from you just the ripple effect explodes out along the ground. What you then notice, and you can sort of see it almost growing out as a strange shimmering cube with that dark-like energy that you cast. And as it passes over the anti-magic field, because it's only 30 foot high, isn't it?
Yep.
So it's almost like something just passes around the outside of the anti-magic field. If you think I'm putting a 40,000 square foot token on a map,
just put some black on the screen and say that's it. It's done.
literally just like delete the map.
Just a big
Good
no
stuff.
entry
So
sign.
you can see this forbidden spell as it sort of casts around, and obviously it's not going to go into the anti-magic field. It's going to go around that, but it's still existing around that. What are we doing?
We're heading in now. We feel safe.
Yeah, I'm going to collect my ruby dust, and then I'm going to say, hope that worked.
Okay, so we're heading in.
Yes.
So
if there's
As you
anything
all-
you need out of your bags, get it now. Fine.
That's a good one.
you all
Take some
step up
extra
to sort
arrows
of
out.
the edge of this field now. Any arrows that you carry are going to become just basic arrows, like plus nothing.
Yeah, I'll put them in my quiver, so then I've got plenty of arrows knocking about.
That's fine. You can feel the sort of the field before you actually step through it. Dargon, as you approach, you just hear a whisper. Good luck.
Thank you. We'll be quick.
And you step
AC is
through.
gonna go down.
Yeah.
Everyone's AC is going to go down.
Normal shields plus 2, right?
Normal shield is plus 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I've got to think now how I'm affected by this. Is the dagger impacted?
Everything is impacted, so everything becomes its most basic form.
So I'm going to get a
non-magical
basic
form.
longsword and put it in my equipment just so
Yep.
that I have reference.
So you'll have a basic
So
dagger, basic longsword.
So my hunting bow doesn't have +3 to attack now.
Nope.
Okay, so
It
it's
will be
just +9 to
your
hit.
dexterity modifier
Yeah.
and your proficiency bonus if you've got proficiency.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it is still a +10 with a longsword. Damn.
Listen,
Good lord.
Equip my shit.
And then it'll be a +10 with the dagger.
oh, what else have I got? So I can't use my loot. I can't use my new eyes of seeing. My gloves of thievery.
Question.
Remind me of your heart plate. That'll still work, won't it? Because it's just a light material rather than a magical material.
That should be fine.
Just trying to
Yeah.
look. I think my dwarven
essentially
plate
that,
should be
maybe
the same. Is that right?
Yeah, dwarven plate should be fine. So if it's just the metal that's used, then that's fine.
And
It's mainly like magic weapons, any additional effects. Kirik, you had a question, sorry.
I have a question about the Rune Knight's abilities. Where we're standing on that within the magic field.
Technically, it's a rune, which in itself is magic.
Mm-hmm.
So, while I try and get that out. Yeah, technically they won't work.
Cool. Would strength of the sticks work? Would that also be cancelled?
It's still reliant on a rune, isn't it, itself?
I.
Let's have a look.
Great question.
Strength of the 6, you magically gain the following benefits. So anything that says magically, not happening.
That makes sense.
Oh, it's quite nice not to have Phenylan in my head over and over again.
I do have silence. In fact, all of you have silence. There's no more sentience around you. Bothrid's going to sort of... is he? Does he even have it anymore? Yeah, he's going to look at his Javelin of Lightning, which has just gone sort of a dull silver at this point. Places it back on his back. Takes out the Chimera Ram's Horn double-bladed quarterstaff, which itself feels different in his hands. It's only a +1 weapon, but still. Cool. So, I'm assuming you make your way up the steps.
Yep.
Okay, so you make your way up those broken steps, and you remember the route you have to sort of weave around a little bit, and then you eventually get to where the corpse of the Death Knight is. Bothrid is just going to spit on it as he walks past. And then carries on up the stairs. Does anybody want to interact with this corpse in any way?
No.
Excellent. So you carry on up. And you come to the archway, which is the entrance into the sort of temple proper. And you see again the 4 big stone pillars which formulate the majority of the interior here. You can see all the corpses that are strewn across the floor as they were previously. And in the centre you see that throne with the distinctly elven figure and the blade next to the throne, no longer inside the creature because it was removed. But yeah, the blade just leant up against the throne.
You think those voices outside are from all these poor souls here?
I hope not.
Fey Wild doesn't.
No, I think
Fey
it's
Wild
the
doesn't seem
usual
like a
trickery
place to
of
do
Fey
that.
Wild.
You say that, but these poor fellas could have died, and then that anti-magic cone field could have gone up, and that could have messed with their ability to pass on, maybe. I don't remember the voices throughout the rest of the Fae. I'm just trying to work it out. That's all.
I don't know. We've always heard whispers, and I think. No, I don't think it'd be spirits.
Well, look, this silence is creeping me out, so... Shall I grab the sword?
Yes, and I will check the throne to see if there's any markings, incantations, or clues.
Okay.
So, for example, is there any drag marks to look like the throne would move and there'd be a staircase underneath, that sort of thing?
Make me an investigation check, please. Because if you remember rightly, this throne is up on a stone block, basically a stone pedestal. Dargon, you go in. Are you going to go pick up the blade?
Yeah, I'll look at Timir's Wrath longsword, looking dull, and put it away because I'm holding my shield up. And I'll... yeah, alright, here we go. And I'll go grab the sword.
Okay. So we'll deal with that first. As you sort of go and reach for the sword, and you remember that sort of bejeweled hilt that it had, you place your hand on it, and it's almost that tentative motion of you think, something's about to happen, and then nothing happens, of course, because you're in an anti-magic field. And you sort of lift the sword up, and it just feels like a normal sword. The metal of the blade is dull, not shiny at all. The hilt itself looks quite dark now.
Is there any markings, anything on it?
Not as far as you can tell.
Yeah. Oh well. In this field, this is not so scary, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. Ander, with your 13. Was 13, right?
Yep.
You make your way around sort of the stone platform and look around the throne itself. The only thing you are able to notice, the only obvious thing with the 13, is that by the right-hand side of the throne, it looks like there's almost a holder of sorts, almost like a sheath, but it actually goes into the floor as well, where maybe this blade rested previously.
Okay. Dagon. Just put the sword in this gap. It looks like it. Well, it's a holder for the sword, but it could be. Sword could be a key.
You're muted,
You're
Dagon.
mute.
Alright, but I thought this sword was. I thought this sword killed this fella. You think he literally was killed by his own sword?
The sword did hurt me when I picked it up the first time.
It hurt you, but I mean, that's why I think it's there. It's like the enemy's sword. I'll give it a whirl, but that doesn't track. Fine. Where is it?
Was the sword in that sheath when we first got here first time round?
It was buried
Threw
in
the
No,
there.
body
it was-
into the throne.
It was impaling the guy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Fine.
So-
Where is it? Round here.
Yeah.
You're right.
And actually, with the anti-magic field, it might not work.
Yeah.
But we can try.
It's,
So just
if it's
for
mechanical,
context,
it might.
Yeah.
and just for context, if you remember last time when the blade was pulled out of the body, everything crumbled apart from the skull, and you took
I put it on my head, didn't
the crown off the like just the gold bit of the crown that was left. It was like it was melted to the skull and was left.
Yeah. I will give it a whirl. Try and put it in the, this slot for it.
Okay. So you slide it in, and it's almost like this was built perfectly for this sword. And you slide it in, and then you meet a bit of resistance. And you push. And there is a distinct click as you push. But nothing else.
Oh, shit.
Can you turn it, twist it? Now we've heard the click.
I wasn't expecting that. Right. So, yeah, does it feel like I do twist it, tilt it, or push further or something? Or,
Would you like to try?
yeah.
Okay. So you try to twist it. Nothing happens. Try to move it away, sort of pull it away from the throne, push it towards the throne, nothing. And you try to move it almost like a forward and backwards movement. And it moves slightly. You sort of think you're getting somewhere and then realise it's actually just the point of the blade rocking in whatever housing it's in right now.
I mean, it fits. You did something. Hey, try and push the throne.
Yeah, so now that has clicked, has I noticed that anything else has popped out or changed? If I sit on the throne, what happens? I'm thinking it's going to tip back and it'll be like a shoot and I'll...
It's not fucking Casper's house, mate.
Sweeney Todd style.
Yeah, that as well. So you sit down on the throne and sort of take hold of the hilts. Nothing happens.
I'm starting to feel that this was a magical thing.
Yeah. Might need to get rid of this dome here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't. We said we didn't want the sword out, but we think the sword's the key.
Because if I think about it, if it's a Fey source, if the anti-magic field isn't here, I might be able to sense it. Maybe.
Okay. So next question:
Oh, we're going to dispel it, and it's all going to go to shit.
how do
let's
we
do
get
it.
rid of it?
I prepared the spell, so I can try and do it again.
I
Okay.
hope you prepared some healing spells too.
I think it's best if I stay up here because we want to do this quick. Like,
Yeah.
you can't do that unless you're outside of the field.
Yep. I think if Anden bothered to stay halfway, in case anything happens my end or your end.
Yeah. And I'm trying this again. Can I lift the sword out?
Again, there is a as you get it past a certain point.
Right. Try this again once the field's gone. So I'm gonna. Yeah. I'll know because stuff will start happening around me, and then I'll try it again, and I'll try and get in, and I'll shout down. Yeah.
I'm going to try and concentrate on any feelings that rush into me that could be like the sensing of the source or the feeling of something like that.
Okay. Are you going to stick by, or? Right. Are we also going to say that if this sword hurts me like it did you, Kirik, then I am going to drop it? I do know that there was a big blast from it before, so I don't know whether it's going to blast again or whether that was a trap. I'm just saying.
So do you think it's best to activate the switch then, put the sword in, nobody's touching it, and then hopefully when the anti-magic field is gone, it'll just activate? Rather than you having to put it back in and risk getting hurt.
Okay, we can try
Leave
that.
the sword. Yeah, leave the sword there.
Well, I'm not leaving it. I'll be like, what, 30 feet
Yeah.
away, 20 feet away, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, alright, fine. Okay.
Bothrid, you get ready just in case. Well, in theory, nobody can teleport in because Kira can stop that happening, but just in case, keep your eyes peeled.
Well, if they're
He's got
humans,
his
they can
double-bladed quarterstaff. Bothrid's got his double-bladed
Humanoids.
quarterstaff at the ready. Sort of looking around.
Kirik,
So?
you can't use your nifty little trick to get up here quickly because of what you just did. Is that right?
Great question. Well, to enter the area. I think that's the DM's description over there.
Just run back. It'll be fine.
It says
Never
creatures
bad luck.
can't teleport into the area, and then it says the spells proof the area against planet travel.
Planet travel,
Let's read what the mention
Well, we can't
does.
banish anyone either.
You teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within
300 feet,
range,
600
and
feet.
it doesn't
I mean-
say that you are traveling through. It's up to you, really. I think I'll leave it to you.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'll go as written there, and it's not planar travel. It's a blink through time and space, if you like.
Yeah. It's like a misty step, really. So
A long
Yeah,
ass
exactly right. You're not leaving the plane to come back onto the plane. You're literally just disappearing in one, reappearing in another.
amazing. Yeah, I should be able to do that, Dalgon.
Okay, well, I mean, don't use it unless you got to. But if shit goes south, I want you by my side if you get my drift.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
Right. I will make my way outside of the anti-magic field dome.
So you make your way down the steps, past the corpse once again, all the way down to the bottom. This is the third time you've come up and down these stairs already this morning. And you now turn and face this dome, this shield, and you cast Dispel Magic.
As he starts walking away, I'd like to light one of the rare cigars that Ander gave Dargon. So that will give me alert feet for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Burn one of those bad boys.
Technically, no, it won't.
Of course it won't.
Not until the thing goes.
Not until the field is down, at least. But still, you like the cigar. Kirik, I need you to make me basically a spellcasting ability check, please.
Yeah, you do. So that's a +5, and I need to beat whatever the spell level is. Great. Would cast guidance on myself for that, so let's roll this. Ooh. I don't think I'm going to make it. 16? Definitely not going to make it.
You sort of exert your will, and the spell leaves your hands, and it reaches the shield and just dissipates around it.
I'm going to try it again.
Okay. What level are you casting at?
Third.
Okay. Make me another spellcasting ability check, please.
I'll cast this. Yeah, I'll cast that third. No, I'm going to cast that fourth.
Okay.
With guidance, that gives me a 17. I think it's an 8-level spell. That's annoying.
Well, I rolled,
And you rolled.
and a 17 was what I rolled. So, with that second one, you push, and there is resistance, and you just exert your will over this spell to just condense this magic down and close it down. And it does almost take your breath away for a moment, just the sheer size of this field. But eventually, your spell wraps its way around, and you can just feel the anti-magic field shrinking in, and sort of condensing down to a point. Those inside the temple, each of you, each of you feel a part of you, almost like it returns, as there is then just this, couldn't do the pop sound then, but there you go. I can't get it out today, but yeah.
If I've put the sword in the keel, I don't know that word, I would have also brought out Timwell's Wrath.
Well, Timiel's Wrath, it's almost like just in your mind. And you have put the sword in the side of the throne, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, plans changed. Stick with me.
Very well. The sword is in, it's clicked. You can see now what looks like writing beginning to flow along the blade where it's visible. Ander, what did you do with the golden crown last time? You left it on the seat after it didn't do anything, didn't you?
Yeah, after I put it on my head and nothing happened, I then just discarded it. So it should be on the floor somewhere.
Underneath the melted, molten gold-like metal, you can see what looks like 2 gemstones, maybe, or something glowing within the crown itself. And I'm assuming at this point Kirik is making his way back upstairs. Which will take him about...
So there's writing on the sword, and there's gems glowing in what's left of the crown.
Mm-hmm.
Can I read what it says on the sword? Thinking in my head it's going to be Sylvan.
If you want to move closer...
For the love of God,
Actually,
don't
I was
touch that bloody
concentrating to see
sword.
if I was concentrating to see if I got any spidey senses tingling, didn't I? Oh, where the source could be. Did that happen?
Make me a perception check, please. I will say for you, specifically, with advantage.
Good, because that first roll was shite. Oh, that's not much better. 19.
That sense of magic returning just sort of almost overwhelms you for a second. With a 19, your chest itches. And I'll say that's about it.
So then I'll sort of break that chain of thought and go over to the sword to read what it says, hopefully.
Make me an investigation check, please.
And I can use my advantage with my goggles because magic is back. Which is good because the first one was a 1. 19 again.
19. Because the sword is almost halfway, 3/4 down into a, for want of a better term, sheath, it's partial what you're able to read.
Okay.
But from what you are able to read, the bit that sort of ripples along says, "I was forged." And it is in Sylvan.
I can't quite read all of the words because obviously it's in the sheath, but it says, "I was forged." I feel like we need to read the rest.
Does that mean anything to you? Saying it to the sword? Timir's Wrath.
Oh, all swords are forged, so no.
Okay. Worth an ask. Shall I try and wiggle it again?
If you pull it out, I'll be able to read the rest of it.
God.
And I know in full well that it'll hurt Dagon, but he can take it, whereas if I lift it out, I'd probably die.
Okay, fine. Right, well, I don't want to do this without Timir's Wrath, so I'm going to put my shield away. Okay, right. Okay, here we go. I'll grab hold of the sword and lift it out.
Okay. As you grab hold of the sword and lift, I need a Constitution saving throw, please, sir.
As you do.
I'm glad that was you, not me. I made the right call.
Yep, you did. $23.
23.
Okay.
It's almost like an icy pain surges up your arm, but you are still able to sort of draw this sword out and hold onto the hilt, but you can feel almost the cold like energy just emanating off of this blade.
Quickly, Under. Look at this fucking sword now.
I'll read it.
Okay, and now with the full blade out, it's much easier to read, even though the script is flowing along the blade, almost like it's being written. And in Sylvan it reads, "I was forged in darkness for he who is shadow. The queen saw me, and I was made."
I'll be saying that out loud, and I'll be like, put it back in the sheath. Put it down now.
Yeah, quite right. Shove it straight back into the...
Again, those gemstones begin to glow on the crown.
So, for he who is shadow, I'll be assuming that's our Fey shadow friend who follows us, shows up every now and again.
by the way, is it
the
only
queen-
Ander that's seeing this, like, glowing from the crown?
Oh no, everybody can see the glowing from the crown.
Does he who is shadow? Does that ring about any bells regarding like deities or anything?
Make me a religion check.
As I'm not really listening to what Ander's saying if I'm distracted by seeing the crown, can I sheathe Timiel's Wrath, grab the sword by my left hand, and grab the crown with my right?
Make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
14 of the religion check.
Shadow doesn't seem to ring a bell. Not to do with deities, nothing you sort of understand on that front.
16.
16.
That's low.
Here comes the dice.
I think it was quite a lot as well, if I remember right.
You take 13 points of cold damage as your left arm is encased in ice.
Okay, I'm resistant to cold.
Yeah, boy.
And you also can't move that arm.
Okay,
Ew.
so that is 7 points of damage.
That will be 7 points of cold damage, yeah.
I think he who is shadow is the shadowy creature who gave me the deck of many things, who this cloak belongs to, and the queen is the queen of the court who cured me of mage blight, who I must revisit.
Aye, so
Really
fucking
wants to
interesting.
dance, man.
And my hand is so on this sword and I can't get it off. Would you think something quickly?
I don't
What's
know
the
what
crown
to do.
look like?
The crown now, the sword has been removed from... Well, in fact, no, the sword is still partially in its sheath, so the crown is still glowing.
And I'm
So
holding the
Dargon's
sword.
hand is frozen to a sword, and he's
Yeah.
holding the
Which
crown.
is...
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll try and help by taking the crown off you, thinking I'll help.
Okay, so
Okay, so you take the crown. The gemstones still glow. Dargon's arm is still frozen and still stuck.
Oh,
Andrew, try and put that crown on my head, or you put it on yours and touch that sword.
I'll put it on your head, since you're already holding the sword. That seems like a more sensible idea. So I'll put it on his... It would look like putting a toy crown on somebody's head, won't it? I'll put the crown on his head.
I would be, at this point, if I'm, like, arm iced up, I would be kneeling down, sort of, you'd be able to reach.
Okay. So you're knelt down next to the throne, arm frozen, as Ander goes and places the crown on your head. Nothing happens.
You're gonna have to sit.
I can't
Sit on
fucking
throne.
sit. How can I sit? My arm's stuck to this sword.
Oh,
Can I,
Alright.
as in, can I anatomically do that? Have I, use the wrong arm or something?
No. That would be... You could probably, kneel forward and literally with your head to the back of the throne.
Fine, I try that. I'm like, I can't do it any other way than this. Like,
Okay.
Oh, the last
No, I think
time
you should-
somebody
Did
had
you
that crown
kneel-
and sat on that throne, they died.
Yeah, thanks for that.
As you kneel
Shut up.
onto the throne, the gemstones glow brighter, and you feel, despite you being unable to move your arm, you can feel something loosen in that mechanism. And it's almost like you could push it fully forward were you to have full mobility in your arm.
Oh,
Oh, I don't, get my arm free. Get my arm free. Like, can he like smash the ice off or something?
if I smash the ice, your arm will shatter.
It fucking
If your
won't.
arm is frozen.
Used to the cold now. Break the ice off.
We'll break the ice off slowly.
Okay.
I'll start chipping away at the ice. Going,
I'm going to say
Finale,
you get the dagger out, just tink, 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 tink. And as you do, a chunk of ice comes off, and you do see that it is a frozen chunk of flesh as well.
Oh, okay.
Dargon, make me a constitution saving throw, please.
I told you that would happen.
22.
Right, I've got a plan. Give me the crown.
Something
I'll put
within
the crown
you,
on-
as that pain sort of shoots through, you just sort of, and you manage to shatter the ice around your hand and let go of the sword. With that, the gemstones and the crown stop glowing.
I didn't want to let go of the sword. I wanted to get the ice free so that I could push it. If that makes sense.
The only way for you to have got the ice free was to let go of the sword right now,
Fine.
in that moment.
I will. I felt which way it could possibly go.
Yeah. Which was behind you, actually. It would have been forward, as if you were sat on the throne normally.
Yeah.
So we know what we need to do.
Right. I'll sit properly in the seat this time, which I know will be my other hand now.
Mm-hmm.
And I will grab the sword again and push it the way I think I know I can push it.
Okay. With the crown on your head, and as you sit in the throne itself, the arms of the throne, the metal arms, shimmer blue. And you take hold of the sword. This time to no effect. And make me a straight strength check, please.
24.
You push forward, and as you push forward, you can just hear this. There is a blue glow which rimes the outside of this stone pedestal. And slowly but surely, the throne itself just... Great sound effect. And the throne moves forward to reveal a 15-foot square hole in the floor with a set of stone stairs leading downwards. And I think on that note, we will take a short break.
Hello, hello.
Heyo!
And we're
Yellow.
back.
We are back indeed.
Question.
Of course.
If I was smoking the cigar, so have I started to get an ability from it after the cone, the field has dissipated?
Yes, so once that field dissipated, that the ability that comes with the cigar is now free to be used once more.
Lovely. Just trying to work out. It says smoking one of the cigars grants the user the alert feat for 10 minutes. So you let me know when that 10 minutes starts, whether it is when you finish the cigar or when I start lighting it and the field's gone.
We will say it starts as soon as you sort of take your first inhale, following the dissolution of the
Cool.
anti-magic spell.
Lovely. Can do that.
Excellent. So, with these stone stairs before you now, what do we want to do?
Dagon, are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be alright. I'll let go of that sword. I'm going to grab the crown off my head and lob it over to Ander. And I'm going to grab out Timiel's Wrath. And as I do that, a little bit of a glow from the sword, and I will use some healing light on my arm. So that should be 4 points back.
Cool. You should have only taken like 3 points of damage based on that then, I think, if my maths is correct.
It should be, so let's try and get that to update correctly.
Excellent. So, as this comes forward, I'll say the four of you look down into this 15-foot hole now with the steps going down. The first thing that hits you is the smell. And it smells like very, very old, stagnant water. Ignore that. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It smells like very, very stale earth.
Gotcha. Are the whispering voices back?
Strangely enough, inside here, no.
Okay.
If I look down the stairwell, does the itching in my chest intensify?
Somewhat, yes. It's almost becoming a light burn at this point.
I think this is definitely the way we need to go.
Well, yeah, couldn't agree more. Are we taking the sword, leaving the sword? What are we doing? Am I going to try and take it out and see if it closes? Or are we doing that on the way out? I mean, you know...
We'll grab it on the way out, I think.
Okay, and what if it gets nicked on the way out and it does close on us? What are we going to do then?
Panic.
I mean, before anyone goes down, I can always just take the sword back out, but I can see whether we even can. It may be that it's stuck there until it closes.
It's true. It won't bad forget your arm again.
It's a bit cold. It hurt, but it was alright. Used to it. I got my arse stuck to a frozen lake when I was 14. Yeah, it was a mistake, but, you know, I got over it.
Well, I don't feel like that would have happened. I feel like that wouldn't have happened if you wore pants and trousers.
Yeah, and where's the fun in that? I mean, you know, a nice little breeze. It's good. Keeps you free. Anyway, beside the point, am I taking this sword? Kirik, you look like you were going to say something then.
No, I wasn't. I was checking if I had something prepared, which I do not.
Okay,
So
shall I try and grab this sword out and take it with us?
Go on then.
Yeah, okay, fine. Oh, shit. Fine. Oh, hang on a minute. Do I need the crown on me? Do I need to be sitting down, or is that going to close it all? What do you think? Should I just try and grab it out?
Just grab it.
Fine. I'm going to try and grab hold of the sword and try and pull it out and see what happens, but also as quickly as possible, if it comes out, and get it into the bag of holding.
Okay, as your hand closes around the hilt, then make me a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. That's balls. 16.
So I think that's what you got last time as well.
Yep.
Maths. That is 29 points of cold damage reduced to 15 for you.
Jesus, you rolled bad last time.
I take that back. That hurts
Did
way
roll
more.
bad.
Does
As
it come
you
out?
grab the sword and go to pull, it doesn't budge. But then, I will say, for the sake of this, you manage to release, but as you release, there is just the ice up your arm, which now you're no longer sort of holding the sword. Almost melts as quickly as it forms. You're still going to take the cold damage.
Yeah. But sword stays there. It's locked in. It ain't coming out.
Sword wasn't budging. No.
Fine. Well, it was a good test. I don't think anyone else can nick it. So, if we keep that crown with us, that I think is kind of the key of getting it back out again. I hope. So,
Okay.
keep that with you and let's get down there.
Let's go.
I'll just wear the crown on my head for safekeeping.
Okay. So you put this
Like a mouse.
molten crown, which has still got bits of skull in it, on your head.
Yeah.
It's quite a loose fit. Sort of wobbles around your head a bit.
Because I've got a pea head. I've got a small head.
Are you going down the stairs?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, is it dark?
Yes.
Am I going to need somebody to cast light on something?
It is dark. As it's dark, Bothridge is going to lean over and just slap you on the back and cast dark vision.
Campaign 2, I'm definitely picking a creature with dark vision, which is every other fucking race other than the one I picked. So,
There's actually quite a few species without.
I was about to say, I mean, like,
Or
don't
races without dark vision.
Yeah, pick halfling and you'd be like, oh.
I'm going to be an owling.
Gnomes,
That'd be good.
In fact, I think it's most races don't have dark vision.
I will also pick out my shield again, put it on my injured arm, and will grab Tibial's Wrath out.
Okay. Timir's Wrath does provide a bit of a glow around, enough for you guys to sort of see and make your way down the stairs. As you make your way down the stairs then, what starts off as a square hole soon becomes a cylindrical staircase, which you sort of just follow as it winds down, the light from Timir's Wrath just providing a view of your surroundings. What you notice as you get further down is that the stairs themselves become almost slippy with mosses and lichen which has sort of grown and begin to spread up the stairs. And eventually you come to the bottom of the stairs to find yourselves in a small circular chamber with a stone door, the only way out other than the stairs, the only other exit you see. And I suppose with that, let's
Roll
get an
initiative.
Albert link.
Yeah.
It's a door after
I would
all.
rather roll initiative against doors than fucking solve the puzzles. Because I think that'd be quicker for us.
Wuss.
Yeah, but what's it become a mimic door or whatever?
Okay. That's right, I'm just waiting for my messaging app to open up so I can then send you the link to Albert. However, while we're doing that, what do folks want to do now they're down? There's only just enough room in here for all of you.
Yeah, I'm not leading this bit. I've done the bit before. Guys, my arms are in. You know, let's you guys look at the door.
I'll investigate the door then, as I went down first, so I'll be the first one to see it. So I will check to make sure there's no mechanisms, traps on the door, or even just investigate the door. Is there any runes on it, any writing, anything like that?
Make me an investigation check, please, then.
Pew pew.
Guidance.
That'll be a natural 20 for a 27.
You find no hints of mechanism, no hints of any traps. The only thing you see is a stone door with a keyhole in it.
no key. I've got this, gentleman, and I will pick the lock.
Okay. Make me a Thieves' Tools check then, please. So, a dexterity check plus your proficiency bonus, please.
And this press has got a +9. Ooh, 24.
It's almost like you've done this before. Just... And you have to be very careful with your Thieves' Tools, because the mechanism of the lock itself is also made of stone. And you just hear this... And you can slowly but surely sort of shove this door open. I'll say one of the other party members gives you a hand as you try and push this door over what you now realise is a very overgrown floor. Even in the darkness down here, there is a lot of plant growth. And there are sort of strange bluish grasses over a reddish coloured dirt which have begun to grow. But you do get the door open and you see before you a 15-foot corridor, a 15-foot long corridor which then seems to open out.
Hey guys, do you think we're under this temple now? Because it smells really like dirt.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really work out how low we went, but, you know, it seems a bit weird. It smells very, you know, dirt down here.
Hopefully, there's not a mass grave where everyone reanimates and attacks us in the next room. Because that is a usual everyday occurrence for us.
That's all right. We have Kirik with us. We're good.
True. That is true. I will press on.
Okay.
And have a look. What's in the room?
Very good.
Behind door number 2.
Very good, very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So, a large square room appears. And again, you can see the bluish grass that appears on the bottom. There are 5 boulders in this room. There is a tree which looks very familiar to a tree you saw last time you were sort of entered a Fey Wild realm, which is that sort of tree with these strange blue glowing orbs which give off a faint amount of light in here. Not a massive amount, but faint light. You can also see what looks like the sparkling trail of something.
Oh. Does the trail lead out of the room?
No, the sparkling trail almost looks like it's been just sprayed around the room somewhat.
Okay. And that reddy purpley bush is just a reddy purpley bush.
From what you can tell, there's a reddy purplish bush.
And I'll be able to see in the top left that wooden looking
You can
door.
see there is a wooden door which is ajar.
When is a door not a door?
When it's ajar.
There you go.
3 points to Gryffindor. Can I Well, do I remember, did them Orby trees hurt us last time?
They didn't do anything
Well,
to
they
you last
just-
time. They were just trees.
Okay. In that case then I will just go and have a look, peek and see what's through the door that's ajar.
Okay, I'm going to say you get to about here.
Yep.
And we'll put Kirik just behind you. As there is a small rumbling sound.
Can I put myself near the entrance to the room?
Yeah,
Hang on,
push it
skip
out.
breakfast.
We'll say Bothrid's there, Dargon's there. There is just this sort of... And the boulders begin to quiver.
Of course. Fuck's sake. Fucking boulders.
Why can't I? Okay, never mind.
Right, that's a
As
nice
they begin to
boulder.
quiver, they open out And I need us to roll some initiative, please.
Yes.
To be fair, it took us 2 hours longer than I thought it would to get into a fight.
It's all good. Puzzles upon puzzles.
Wow. That is atrocious.
18 for me. Happy for that.
Dargon?
5.
Oh.
5. Oh dear.
Haven't you got the alert feat? You know.
Oh, have I?
Do you get advantage on that?
Advantage on that, baby.
Yes, but I already had advantage on it. I got rolled a
You
2
still
and a
got
3,
5?
but if I
Fuck.
do,
In which
I
case
gain
you
it.
fucked.
No, but I do gain a +5 to my bonus
Plus
initiative
5.
instead of the 2, so that will actually be 8.
That made a huge difference. Well, that could be the difference
Bothrid's going to
between
get an
going last and
unnatural
last.
20.
And then Kiddick.
11.
11.
So the initiative order is Bothrid, Ander, Kirik, Dargon. Cool. So as these sort of 5 creatures appear, and they all sort of roll out, the one nearest to you, Ander and Kirik, it appears like this short, boulder-like, humanoid-ish type creature, made purely of rock, with these sort of holes, if you like, or indents for eyes, which glow the slightest colour of red, and the mouth is pretty much just a jagged line within this rock face, if you like. As they emerge, Bothrid is just going to turn to where C is, and is going to take 5 steps forward and just pull out his double-bladed quarterstaff, because as for now, these creatures have not attacked, and Bothrid is just going to take a moment. Ander.
Well, I'm just going to cast slower than all. I ain't fucking about.
Okay.
Wisdom 18.
Wisdom.
Save and throw for all of them, please.
A fails. B fails. C gets a natural 20. D fails. And E fails. I thought I'd put it somewhere. Did I not do slow?
I think you did.
Bollocks.
I need a concentration one, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's there. It's just in a different colour than I was expecting it to be. A. B. D. And E. Cool. Anything else on your turn, sir?
I will then not stand right next to one of them, thank you very much, and I will bonus action disengage over over here.
It's alright, I'll put that back on you and make an attachment.
Oh, thank you.
I need to go back through
No.
these tokens.
5, 10. I'll go a bit further because then hopefully they won't be able to get me. No, he's still 5 feet, isn't he? Well, yeah, I'll stay there. Fuck it.
Okay. Anything else?
That is me.
Excellent. Kirik.
Ooh. I am going to... Yeah, I'm going to start with focusing on all my companions. I'm going to cast a 4th level 8 to get Dargon, myself, and Ander. So we all have our max HP up by 15 points, and we also heal 15 points.
Oh yeah.
That's not Bothrid, though, is it?
Not Bothrid.
Good stuff. And having just paid attention to chat, yes, Dwayne would be a perfect name for these.
Green.
So we've got Dwayne, we've got Korg, we've got, what's the rock giant from Neverending Story? What's his name?
Oh, Christ.
Got the thing
Now you're asking me.
down at,
We can have Thing
sea.
from Fantastic Four, yeah. Oh no,
Those are rock eaters, aren't
can't
they?
think of another.
Right,
Sorry,
I've just
to go
googled it.
Dwayne.
Its name is Pjorn Krazak.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
that's, oh yeah, that's,
Yeah.
that was
It's that one out of Batman.
Bjorn Krazak.
Clayface.
Anyway,
Clayface.
I will then move up there, and you will see the shadowy kind of energy comes forth and involves me, and I'm going to use Strength of the Sticks to grow to a large size.
it's almost like a dark spectral river flows through Kirik as he just grows in size. Definitely not fitting
And
any
that
through
is-
any doorways right now.
Nope, but that is my turn.
Excellent. Okay. The issue is, I now can't see which one is which. That's E. That's B. A's up there. So A, B, C, D, E. Right, E in the middle. Cool. So A then is going to move half its movement speed, which I'm not shitting you, is 7.5 feet. So it's going to be able to move 1 square. Now
That's
I can get rid of
very spell.
the drawing I did for the boulder. And is then
That's a
going
nice
to
boulder.
try and slam Kirik,
just run into a shin.
which is maths. A 24
we
to
could have
hit.
just named it. We're trying to. I was thinking really obscure rock references. I could have just gone with Pokemon, couldn't I? Geodude, Golem, Onyx.
24 hits.
And it's
Especially because you use the
gonna
Pokemon Body Slam attack.
12 points of bludgeoning damage. That is going to be its
And
go.
Max sounds like Weezing from Pokemon, so he looks like a rock as well.
Technically, I'd be coughing.
Whey! Yeah, okay. Yeah. Retract that. Pretend I said that. Let's all laugh at that one instead.
B is going to go 5 feet to there. And is also going to try and slam Kirik. They all want them some Kirik. That's not going to hit because that's a 9 on the dice. Which would be a 17.
That misses.
C then, who's got full actions, is going to roll. Because that's how they move around. It's just going to turn into a ball and roll towards Bothrid. So it's going to roll there. And is going to use that momentum of the roll to try and slam into Bothrid. That's going to hit. That's a 24 again. So that's
Ooh,
also
they
going to
hit
be...
hard.
They do hit hard.
That was shit. That is 10 points of bludgeoning damage, which Bothrid will take the full amount of because he's not raging yet. That one. D then, who is all the way down here, is basically going to roll to there very slowly. Excellent. That is then over to E, who, where it is of course going to try and slam Kirik. For a 2 on the dice, that's going to miss. Dargon. Seeing now these boulders form into small creatures and just slam into Kirik multiple times, one rolls into Bothrid.
I just see the one in front of me. So I shall move forwards.
5, 10, 15. Technically, you'd see the 2 in front of you.
15. Yeah, I'm still going to go for that one. 'cause,
Yep,
you know,
that's fine.
And I'm going to swipe one-handed with my sword, with my shield, out as well, and
Cool.
go
But
for the
pause
one.
there just for a second. They all need to make wisdom saving throws at the end of their turn again, don't they, Danny?
Oh yes.
Yep.
Cool. A gets a 15. B gets a 19, so B is no longer slowed.
Oh.
C didn't have anything. D gets a 17. That's a shit. E gets a 4. So, yeah, okay, so 1 manages to shrug off the slow effect. Dargon, carry on to hit, sorry.
Yeah, the one in front of me, I don't know which one it is. I will just
It's
move.
E.
I will just move my tabaxi out of my dice tray so that I can actually roll something. That's really helpful, thank you. So that will be. Yeah, I'm just going to do all 3 at the same time, if that's alright. So we're going to do a... I have to remember what this is now. Can't do math. 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Okay, the next one. 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
And these are getting worse every time. 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay, cool. So that is...
So all on E, yeah?
All on E. So that is then going to be... ...43 points of slashing damage to E
Holy shit.
with all 3.
Which makes E now bloodied. When I can find it, there it is. I really need to fix this token. There we go. E is now bloodied and slowed. Anything else on your turn? That's movement, action. You still have a bonus action.
Quick look at my bonus actions. No, I'm all good.
Okay. So then Bothrid's go. Bothrid is going to use a bonus action to rage. And is then going to attack twice with the double-bladed quarterstaff, which is back to full strength, which means I can get rid of that bag of bollocks now as well. So, first one is a natural 20.
Oh, just one day, click the button.
Oh yeah, right there with you.
Bothrid pissed. Now, the question is, with rage, because it gives you a +2, does that mean I get a +4 with a natural 20?
I would allow it.
It's dice rolled, unfortunately.
It is only the dice rolled. It's a shame. So that will be 4d4.
That's why the brutal critical.
3.
I have no idea where the brutal critical comes from. What type of barbarian you have to be?
9.
Berserker, isn't it?
Probably.
13.
Is it? It's off the top of my head.
15.
I think that's because
20
I think I
points of
remember
slashing damage with the first strike on C. 20 points of slashing damage. Okay, we're then going to go for strike 2. That is a 13 to hit. It's going to miss, but he will then use the bonus stab to do 26. So that will then be an additional 2 points of damage. 4 points of damage even. Rage. Cool. That is then Bothrid's turn because he's not moving. He's just chipping away at a rock with a chimera's horn quarterstaff, as you do. Yep. Just chiseling away. Kirik.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Ander, even.
it is me.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said Lander. Yeah.
That's all right then.
I
Sanders go.
will move to here, and then I will cast
Behind the
Dissonant
tree, yeah.
Whispers on. Is it E next to Dargon?
Yarp.
Yep.
Yarp. I'll cast Dissonant Whispers. I'll go first level. That's another Wisdom 18 saving throw, please.
16.
That's a fail, so that'll be 11 points of psychic damage, and then it's got to run or move as far away from me as it can, which will then hopefully give it opportunity attack to Diagon.
No, because it can only move 5
'cause it's
feet
only
while
slowly,
slow.
Fuck it. It'll get one from Kirik though.
Yeah.
So it's going to move. Sorry, it'd move to there. So it will get one from Kirik if Kirik chooses to take it.
Sure. Let's try that to see.
He says with full conviction.
I don't have any weapons out, so it's going to be an unarmed strike. And I
Oh,
have not
smash.
natural 1.
Oh, fuck me.
So as this slowed creature just begins to roll away from Ander, Kirik's like, "Oh shit!" and just smacks into the floor.
Way to go, big boy.
I miss monks.
I was just thinking about a monk barbarian and thinking that is an abomination, and I want to do it.
Silly.
Jesus, a monk
very
with
silly.
rage.
It's pretty silly.
Cool. Ander, anything else on your turn?
I will
Got
bonus
bonus action and movement.
action. Unsettling words, I think. No, they're not doing that much damage. They're failing the saves. I don't think they need to take a D8. I will save my bardic inspiration actually.
Okay.
So no.
And then we're over to Kirik. And lift your fist back up.
yes.
Just like,
And then I will bring it back down on A, but this time it's going to be charged with dark energy, as I'm going to cast a 2nd level inflict wounds on it.
Nice. Roll to hit, please.
Oh, I shall. You are got to be fucking kidding me.
Oh,
It's a natural
come
one.
Kirik is having a very bad day.
I'm having a real bad day.
I need to
Did you
give
smack your head on the
ones in a row.
ceiling when you grew? What happened?
I don't think I've rolled
So you-
above 10 on the dice today.
You haven't yet. So you bring your fist back round to sort of plunge this dark energy against this creature. And as you sort of lift your hand up, it gets snagged in some of the moss and the vines that are on the floor, and you just sort of go, fuck.
I'm just going to stay here, I think. And that's that.
Okay. A then is going to attempt to slam Kirik. That is a natural 20.
Fuck off. It's going to get a wing around it and it's going to get transferred somewhere else. Piss right off with that.
That's a big bag of note from Kirik.
That's not even a denial. That's a no, it's happening, but not to me.
Yep.
Okay, is that 4,
Who was that? Who was it that attacked?
8, 9, 10?
A.
It's going to go to E then.
16, 21 points of bludgeoning damage, which just gets channeled through to E. And you just see these cracks forming around E as its body just... it is not looking good. That will be A's go. B is then going to also try and slam Kirik.
Kirik's trick is he's always angry.
That is a 25 to hit.
It's going to hit.
Wow.
6. Wow. 12. 17 points of bludgeoning damage to Kirik. Wow.
Okay, I'll use my reaction and sentinel attack B, if I may.
Okay. Yep, you can, because you've not used your reaction yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Oof, they're chipping away. They're chipping away.
28 to hit.
28 will hit.
13 points of slashing damage to B. It will also not be able to move for the rest of its turn
Okay.
if it ever wanted to. I don't know. But yeah.
So it's just movement speed. It's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Just remember.
For the
That
for the
for me.
rest of the turn, whatever that is. That yeah, that's his whatever.
It's really annoying.
Nice. That's a good one.
It would be if it dropped on the screen properly, but it's fine. Anyway. C then is just going to slam into Bothrid. That is just about going to hit. That is a 23 to hit, so yes, that will. Really struggling with the maths tonight. So it's going to be 3, 9, 14 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 7. Bothrid's just going to grin. His rage-filled persona. D then is going to roll one back and is going to attempt to slam Dargon.
Cool.
That's going to miss. That's an unnatural 20.
Yep, misses. Off the shield. Clang.
Indeed. E is then also going to attempt to slam you. And that is a big fat 16. So, wisdom saving throws from a lot of them. A is going to fail still. D gets an 18 on the die, so D is no longer slowed. And then E gets a 3. Plus 1, 4. Cool. So slowly but surely, they are all getting out of it. Dargon, over to you.
Very well. E is in my sights just after missing a step back, and then I'll slash forwards. So that will be a 30 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
13 points of slashing damage. That's 1-3 that time.
To E, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I'll say as you sort of stab Timiel's wrath in, there is just the sound of rock shattering as and this creature just reduced to rubble on the floor.
Okay. I will turn to D, who also nearly swiped at me, and I will have a quick look at my sheet. Yeah, no, just normal for now. So that will be... Oh, blimey. 16 to hit.
16 is the magic number.
Okay, and let's not roll any worse than that. I didn't. That's a 19 to hit. So there's those two. So that is... What is that? 27 points of slashing damage to D.
20 points... 27 points of slashing damage. Sorry.
Yeah.
7 points of slashing damage to D. Excellent. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Cool. Straight round back up to the top then. Bothrid, who is just going to recklessly attack, because he can. With the first one, that's a natural 1 and a 4. So 14, which is going to miss. Second attack, that's a 26 or a 27, so that will hit. So let's do that quickly. That is going to be one of them. That's 1, 5, 10, 12 points of slashing damage to C. And then the little bonus stab. It's 22 or 14. So that will still hit for an additional 4 points of slashing damage. Fantastic. That is then Buthrid's go. Ander.
I will attack D. Yeah, so what I'll do, I'll move in behind D and I will sneak attack him with my dagger.
Nice.
With a 30 to hit.
Ooh, blimey.
And that's a 19. 9 piercing damage, and then
9 piercing
sneak attack
damage.
on top. Oh, it's fucking 3 1s and a 2. 5.
That was poor. That was poor.
Bears
5 points.
Did you trip over a root?
Okay. So
And
as you
then,
sort of come in and you just hear this phenyling, but then it just goes, and you do chip out a little bit, but obviously it's metal on stone.
And then I will depressively disengage back over here.
Back up to there. Excellent. Kirik.
Well, seeing that I'm missing everything, I'm going to attempt to put some pressure on them. I will. My fingers towards A, and I'm going to cast Toll Dead on it.
Boom.
That is a wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw. It's a big fat 6.
Has it already been hurt?
No, A is the one that hasn't been hurt.
I thought so. So I did this wrong, but that's 3d8 anyway. It's not bad.
22.
That's 22 points of necrotic damage.
You can just see bits with, as that bell tolls and shakes, it's almost like you can just see little bits of rock and stone shaking off of A. Anything else on your turn, sir?
No, I don't think so. Nope,
Okay.
that's it.
It is then A's turn, who is going to try and slam you. That went straight out of the dice tower. Didn't even get down the hole. Right, try again. That is 23 to hit.
Fucking hell, yeah, it hits.
8 points of bludgeoning damage. B is going to try and slam you. That is 23 again to hit. Loving that dice.
Hits.
That is better. That is 15 points of bludgeoning damage. C is going to attack Bothrid with advantage. It's good, because that was a natural 1. And a 12 for a grand total of 20. Which just hits Bothrid. Only just. So that's going to be 4, 8, 13, reduced to 7 for Bothrid. Cool, that'll be C, and then D. D's actually going to roll over here. We'll take an attack of opportunity if you wish, Dalgon.
I do wish. 16 to hit.
It's the magic number.
15 points of slashing damage, and he doesn't move.
Clutch.
So instead of moving, the blade just pierces in the back, and it is now bloodied. As the Dungeon Master coughs again. So instead of going to slam,
It's helpful.
instead of going to slam Ander, it's just going to turn itself and slam down towards you. Shite for an 11,
Sweet.
and then
Let's move it
A is
that
going
way.
to make a saving throw on A is still slowed. And we are then around to Dargon.
Swipe at D as he came at me.
Okay.
I miss, I think, with a 15.
You do miss. This time
Cocky
you sort of
motherfucker.
swing wide as it sort of slams into you and staggers you slightly.
A 21 to hit.
Will hit.
And get my cat out of the way, a dirty 20 to hit.
Yes, so the second two
box.
strikes will hit.
26 points of slashing
Just
damage.
try and shit at it.
Yeah, I'm glad of that.
26 points of slashing damage as you do sort of catch it twice. Two huge great cracks appear in D, barely hanging on, barely holding itself together. Anything else? Bonus action. And movement if you wish.
No.
Okay. Then up to Bothrid, who's going to recklessly attack this fucker again. That is a 27 or a 15, so that will hit. And then we'll do the second one, which is a 21 or an 18, so both of those are going to hit anyway. One. Oh, shit. 2, 3, 4. 4 ones. What a fucking joke that was. So 4, 14, 18 points of slashing damage with rage to C. And then we'll do his little bonus stabby stab. At advantage as well, so that's 28 or a 21, so yeah, that's also going to hit. For an additional 6 points of damage on C. So C is also now blooded.
Blooded. Nice.
And that will be Bothrid's go, then over to Ander.
I am sensing my opportunity to steal the kill from Dargon here and sneak in to kill this guy. So again, we're starting on the
Dash back in.
with a 29 to hit,
Nice.
8 piercing damage. Let's hope it's a better sneak attack this time because it was shy last time.
It really doesn't matter, but
Ooh, it's a good job it didn't matter because it was only 8.
Jeez.
Wow.
points of damage.
Bad
So as you
rolls.
come in and bring up the Moonblade of Esamir, it's just, yes, this time for Nylin. This creature just shatters and the rocks just sort of settle themselves on the ground and stop moving. Gone. Anything else? Got your bonus action because you don't have to
No.
disengage.
I do have a bonus action. Is slow really having an effect? They can't add a move anyway, and they're not doing any spells, so I don't think they need to keep slow because really they're not attacking twice or anything. So
Do you want to dispel it?
no,
Okay.
I'll keep it on him. But I feel like I don't need to stop him. I need to disadvantage him on his save. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I am.
So that's you done, yeah?
Aye.
Kirik.
Rinse and repeat. I'm going to click my fingers towards A again for Toll the Dead.
Dong. This time damaged. Wisdom saving throw. That is a 6.
That's going to be 3d12 plus 5. So that is pretty bad. As
Jeez.
14.
We are rolling actually.
Cool.
And
So
Yeah, and seeing that as a bonus action, I'm going to do what I should have done 2 turns ago, and I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Nice. Sanctuary! Still arguably one of the greatest Disney films of all time.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yep.
Yeah.
Arguably got one of the best soundtracks.
Yeah. They've all got pretty good ones, but yeah, it's a good one.
You can't say that to the generation that has Moana and Frozen and stuff now. And then
Oh, I can. If you listen to the songs...
the actual soundtrack and everything, the score and everything. Just...
No, if you listen to the songs in Hunchback of Notre Dame, there's some like more mature themes in that film than there is in most.
Esmeralda was also
really need to create...
Chocolate Crush.
Who was? Esmeralda?
Yeah, and it made me want to pet goat for a bit.
Let's not go there. Anyway. Anything else in your turn, Kira? Because you cast Sanctuary on yourself.
Oh no, a symbol from an undisclosed anime. No, that's going to be it.
Is it a symbol from an undisclosed anime?
It very much is.
Copyright
It's just
infringement.
part of the spell tokens. I just picked one. Cool. A is then going to try and if it tries to slam you, it's got to do what?
Wisdom saving throw.
Take him out
Right,
to
one of
dinner
them
first.
That is a 19 on a wisdom saving throw.
You have got to be shitting me. Yes, it's gonna go through.
Sorry.
So now it rolls to hit. Yeah.
It's going to miss you because it rolled a 10. So
Karma. At least that.
gets past the sanctuary, but then just sort of headbutts the floor like. B is then going to make a wisdom saving throw and gets a 17, which I don't think is going to save.
Nope. So he needs to target a different creature. We'll lose the attack.
Going to slam Dargon then, which is again going to miss. That is an 11.
Sweet.
C is going to slam Bothrid with advantage. So that is a 2, or a 10 rather, or... Oh, shit. That rolled out, so we'll do it again. Even though I did like the roll. Yeah, that was even worse. That's an 8. No, it's not. It's more than that. It's a lot more than that, because I can't do maths apparently, and I'm thinking about something else. That is 14. Still going to miss. D is dead.
D is dead.
D is for dead.
Yeah, still slowed as well, A. And then we're over to Dargon.
Lovely. I will drop my shield to the floor. As a bonus action, I will then also grab my dagger and lob it at C.
Okay.
And that will be... so this is one of my superiority die moves. It is a quick toss, just like what Ander loves to do in the bedroom. So this will be...
Doubled all of his watches.
That is...
much, yeah.
Oh, again, so I mean that's 26 to hit.
Yeah,
Not
that'll
waking
hit.
up with sleep in your eyes,
So-
Dargon, I'm telling you that.
That is a D10 on top of a D4. And so, we roll both of those, and we get 15 points of piercing damage to C.
Oh,
A D10 on top of a D4. I'm assuming there's a plus modifier to that as well.
Oh, plus 7, yeah.
I was going to say that didn't make sense. But yeah, no, cool. So yeah, 15 points of damage to C as this dagger just embeds itself in one of the cracks that Bothrid's already made. Bothrid's going to look over his shoulder and just like, mine!
And with
as
that,
it is his go next, I'll allow that to happen.
yeah, and with that, I will turn to B, two-handed now, and I will swipe. So that will
Okay.
be
Poor little rock babies.
28,
are they babies?
natural 1, and
We're
a
killing babies.
16. That's it.
So 2 hit, that last one just hits. So
Yeah,
first one and the last one do hit.
that is 26 points of slashing damage.
26 points of slashing damage. Excellent. Anything else on your turn, sir?
I'm good.
Bothrid then is not going to recklessly. Not going to. Is he? Yeah, no, fuck it. He's still going to recklessly attack. It's Bothrid. He's raging. 25 or a 24 to hit. So, don't really think this is going to matter anyway, but that jumped out. I'll try that again. So that's 4, a 5, a 10, a 12 to hit Seagon. As Bothrid's just going to spin round with his raid and almost cleaves this rock thing in two. Then it just shatters into these small little boulders. Bothrid's then going to turn and step up to here, and is then going to use his second attack to recklessly attack B. 23 or a natural 20.
Press the button! Press the button!
Yes! Hit the button. It's 3 natural 20s I'm on tonight.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. You're doing well.
2, 3, 4, 6, 11, 13 points of slashing damage to B. That's
Is
gonna
that
bloody
doubled?
B. Yeah, it was shit. I rolled a 1. Oh no, sorry. What am I doing? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 16. What did I just say? I said 12, didn't I? So an extra 4 points of damage off that one. As I say, that's enough to bloody B. Just got to get to the token. There we go. Enough to bloody B. And then Bothrid's going to use his little bonus stab. Still reckless. So 13 or a 23. So that's going to be an extra 3 points of slashing damage. And we are then over to Ander.
I've obviously saw my window of opportunity open here, so I'm going to come across here and sneak attack it with my blade. You know,
Okay.
with a 24 to hit. I'm
That'll
not really
hit.
good to hit, then really shit damage. 9 piercing damage and sneak attack off. Come on, 4 6s for a win. 14 sneak attack damage.
So very close. So very close.
God damn it! I wanted to steal Bufford's kill.
You run in and sort of silently almost jump towards this creature, stab him with a moonblade, twist, and you can just hear that scraping of metal on stone, but you see one of the cracks just and split along its body. What are you doing after that? It's not looking good.
It's actually disengaging like a bitch.
There we go. Straight in and straight out. That's what the Dryad said.
Actually, she was straight in and straight out with me. That's the way we do it. She pegs me with a tree.
Kirik.
I will
That's like
use a.
ignoring that, moving on.
I will kind of calm myself down and use a bonus action to use Second Wind.
Nice.
Hopefully regain some hits. 4, 5, 6, 7 hit points back.
It's better than fuck all.
It is better than fuck all. And I'm just gonna stay.
Just can stay with the sanctuary around you, quite happy. Okay then.
Yep.
A is going to make a wisdom saving throw to try and slam at you again. That is... Oh, that's a 10.
Can't attack. Loses its action.
Nope. It's going to lose its action, so instead it's going to roll 5 to there. Just to move around. It's going to make a wisdom saving throw against slow, and is still slowed with a 7. B is going to sort of... Its head's going to move around. Let the dice decide who it tries to hit here.
Let the dice decide.
So that's going to be Bothrid with advantage then. Ooh, that will hit So yes, that is 24 to hit. So Bothrid's going to take 4, jumped out. 7, 12 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 6.
6.
Fantastic. That is B's go, and then we are over to Dargon.
Okay. 200 swipe at B, please.
Okay.
It's 30 to hit.
Yep. Just roll the 1.
12
Roll the damage for that one.
Yeah, 12 points.
Yep. 12 points of damage as you again sort of stab into this rock creature and it just explodes, sending little bits of shrapnel everywhere, but not enough to harm anyone. So B is dead.
And then I'll move.
You can just see the slowed A peeping round.
Where do you think you're going? And that will be a 16 to hit and another 16 to hit. Crazy.
So both of those just hit. Just hit the AC.
It's got -2 to its AC anyway, so it definitely hits.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about
There we go.
that. Wow, that is a fairly amazing roll out of that lot. So that is 31 points of slashing damage for the 2.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I like that one.
Yep. That's going to do the job. Bloody that one. Cool. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay then. Let's just have a look, because I can never remember this. Ah, no, that's fine.
I've actually decided to use a bit of, battle economy and not use everything in this particular round.
15, 20, 25. Bothrid's going to sprint all the way around the other side and attack with a 26, which will hit. It's not attacking recklessly this time because only one of them. It'll be a 4, 8, 10, 15 points of slashing damage. And Bothrid is going to swing again. Swing away, Perils. Swing away. So 27 to hit. Here's another film that I love. 4, 8, 15. And this time, as Bothrid brings the double-bladed quarterstaff around and slices across the back of this creature, it's just going to and sprays Dargon with just dust and rock ash and sort of over your body, and we're out to combat.
Nice.
Bothrid's not dead, I've just had to remove the token.
Suddenly, Bothrid disappears.
I'm assuming you are getting rid of Sanctuary with that?
Yeah, I believe it only lasts for like 5 minutes. Or a minute.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
Cool.
Yes.
And slow would have gone as well now, so cool. As you now look around, you can just see bits of rock, dust, and small stones and pebbles lying around. We're out of combat. What do we want to do?
Is everyone okay?
I've been better.
Unscathed.
Yeah, you look like you were attracting the look of those ones. I fear that is the easiest fight we'll have down here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. We've got to remember, piles of rocks equals bad guys.
Take that into account. Does Andy, do you have a potion with I could drink?
I only have an itty bitty one, Just a bog standard potion of healing, but I've got 3. Do you want 3? And that'd be 64 plus 6.
I mean, I'll take 2.
Alright.
We'll keep 1
Deal.
just in case. Was that 44 plus 4?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Bothrid's going to place a hand on you, Kirik, and cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds, and you are going to get 21 points of health back.
Plus 4, that's 11. Yeah, I'm alright. 125. I'm good. I'll drink both potions.
Good stuff.
So,
then
back to
Wardens.
peeking through the door then.
Okay, as you peek
Now
through
the
the door
interrupter
from the
goes
narrow
over.
angle, you can see through there using your dark vision, which you've now been granted, and the small glow from the tree behind you, and Timiel's Wrath, which is also in this room. You see a corridor that looks like it curves back around.
I don't hear anything though. Or is the itch
Make me a perception
intensifying
check,
even more?
please.
Orc. 24.
With a 24, you would probably hear very dull sounds of what sounds like stone on stone. But that's about it.
Does the itch intensify?
As I say, you've not moved dramatically further, so it is a burn, but nothing major yet.
The corridor bends around. I
just go
can't
in?
see far enough down it, but I do hear stone on stone. Not sure what that could be yet. Whether it's like the sound of like stone machine, or other creatures.
Do you want to go invisible and try to figure out? Or...
I can scout ahead if you. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay,
Gone.
so we'll say
And,
Andy, you
disappeared.
go invisible and you scout down this corridor, which bends all the way round and opens down into another room. And we'll say you
cast
scout all the
see
way down.
invisibility. I'll cast see invisibility to see him come back.
Good stuff. I'll finish my coughing fit. Cool. And as you step into this room, the immediate thing that sort of takes your breath away almost is this beautiful, quite large blue tree. So the bark itself, the wood is brown, but the foliage around it is blue. The leaves are this bright blue. Again, there's sort of these trails of golden, almost like dust and yellowish dust that just seem to streak through the area. And then in the far south-western corner of the room is a large set of double doors. It's a wooden door in an archway.
Does the tree? It's not like one of the drier trees, or like the summer court tree, or the other court trees. It happens to just be a blue tree. I don't feel like
make
it's
me
a
a nature check,
significant
please.
tree. Okay. Coming at you with the 22.
It's definitely a fey tree, but you don't sense it's anything other than a tree.
Okay. I will go back and get the others. Because I don't want to go near that door yet without backup. So I'll go back and get the others and bring them to this bit, knowing that the path is safe up to here.
Okay. So you all make your way into that room. As Ander becomes visible again. Bothrid's going to be fascinated by this blue tree as well. He's just going to start touching the leaves a little bit and playing around with it. So the rest of you come into the room. And you all see exactly what you see on screen. So this blue tree, a couple of shrubs, this blue grass and moss that grows across the floor over this reddish dirt, and the wooden door in the archway to the southwest.
So I didn't want to unlock that door or look through that door without you guys doing here, just in case. Does the sound of stone on stone, is it louder here?
Subtly louder, not massively.
Okay. Is there a keyhole in the door that I could peep through?
As you approach the door, there is no keyhole. Are you placing any part of yourself against it?
Not now you've said that, no.
Okay.
Does Bothrid
Anyway,
fucking the tree have any effect on him? Because that's apparently what he's doing.
Bothrid is just sort of feeling the leaves and running his hand through them before he then turns his attention back to the group and will walk back over. Does you have it open?
Anyway, to open
is
the
there
door?
anything? Well, I'm just going to give it a quick once-over because I have been fooled more times than I care to admit by things on hinges. So, is there any markings, writings on the door itself?
Make me an investigation check, please.
15.
What you notice is that the door itself is covered in sort of dirt, so you do brush it off, and as you brush off the dirt, you find 4 symbols or icons, if you like. There's almost like 4 pictures, and it looks to you with a 15 in that investigation check that they depict each of the 4 seasons, and you hear the tiniest little behind you, and you notice that a small mound of earth has appeared behind you. It's just sort of grown up.
What is that?
I don't know. But this door seems to depict the 4 seasons, which I'm assuming is that the 4 courts of the Fey. Because we've got the summer court, we've got the winter court. We haven't come across an autumn and a spring court yet, but are they things? Would Ander know that?
Make me an Arcana check, make me a History check or a Nature check with advantage, please.
Nature, 100%. That would be a 27.
You have only ever... Excuse me. Only ever heard of 2 courts, the summer and the winter court.
Okay. What is the mud for?
You've also heard other names known for those courts. Summer's also known as Sealy, and the winter court's also known as the Unseelie court.
Now that must be on me, I dare move.
Well, I will say, given the time, that as you discover this and see the mound and it sort of grows up out of the floor around you, and you sort of look confused back to your friends, and they all shrug, we will leave it there for this week and pick this up next time. Good stuff. So thank you all once again for joining us for episode 86 of Malt and Magic. I do apologise for my coughing. I apologise for that horrendous moment right at the beginning as well. Very, very embarrassing on my part. We'll try and cut it out for the live, the VOD and the podcast. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed that. A bit of almost normal D&D, if you can call D&D normal at any point. No freaky Fey riddles up until this point, I guess. So yes, we will see how our adventurers fare in this temple tomb dungeon, whatever it might be, next time. Thank you to all the tools we've used once again. Thank you to the sound effects from BattleBards and Tabletop Audio for the ambience effects. Thank you to Owlbear Rodeo for the amazing map that's allowed me to create. Hero Forge for those tokens. No, we didn't use that tonight, did we? So, no, I don't need to say anything about 2-minute tools. But yeah, Hero Forge for those tokens and all the other tools that we've used. I won't go through them all again, but that will be us for tonight. So if you want to re-watch this episode, of course, you can catch it on Friday on YouTube, released around the same time as we went live tonight. It will also be on the podcast on Friday as well, and we will see you all same time, same place next week. Keep safe.